Hello everyone, I am Supriya. My topic is permission based Android malicious application detection using machine learning under the guidance of R. Bharat Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, MITM. Coming to the content part, I am going to explain in detail about this. Coming to the introduction, nowadays, smartphones have become a ubiquitous device for storage, computing, and for carrying out the transaction among these devices. And also, the availability of smartphones with Android OS at relatively cheaper rates have also led to the migration of regular phone users to smartphone users. Thus, you can all see there is an exponential growth in Android market. But this Android OS has largely attracted the malware developers. As we can see, when we install an apps from the Play Store or third party application, it asks the permission like to access the camera, video, gallery, photos, files, etc., where there will be more possibilities for hacking. A large number of applications containing malware are being developed every day. Thus, the detection or removal of these malicious applications is becoming a major concern for both developers and to the end users. So, our main intention is to detect and remove those malicious applications. Coming to the literature survey, our first paper is detecting malicious Android apps using the popularity and relations of API. In this paper, it proposes a simple malware detection methodology and identifies the subset of Android APIs as classification features. Here, we'll compare the two sums between the benign and malicious. So, the conclusion part is our evaluation shows that the proposed method can achieve an accuracy of 87.35% to 89.93% for Android malware detection. Our second paper is Android malicious application detection using permission vector and network traffic analysis. It proposes a hybrid model to detect a malware based on permission bit vector and network traffic. So, here we'll do two levels of analysis. Coming to the conclusion part, the result will be shown between the combination of permission bit vector and network traffic analysis. So finally we got 95.56% of detection accuracy. Coming to the third paper, a detection method for Android repackaged application with malicious features, similarity of family homology. Here, first we need to download an application and APKs. Then we decompile that application and we'll extract the malicious code part from the application. After this, we'll extract the sensitive behavior sequence from the malicious code part as a feature. And finally, we analyze the applications with the malicious features or not along with similarity. Coming to the conclusion part, prior knowledge of existing malicious code is needed, that is, it cannot detect an unknown malware. Fourth paper is an Android malware detection method based on Android manifest file. Here we combine the Navis Blaze classification algorithm and will propose a malicious application detection method. So the conclusion part, it shows that the proposed method has a higher detection rate and lower error detection rate compared to traditional authority detection. Fifth paper is mobile internet malicious application detection method based on support vector machine. Here, first we obtain a program permission and API call. It informs through the reverse analysis of the APK file. And secondly, it will convert the mobile internet malicious application detection problem to a classification problem. Thus, we utilize the support vector machine classifier to solve it. Here, the conclusion is the APK file directory structure is analyzed in detail in order to build up the feature vector for Android malicious application detection. Coming to the methodology, the workflow diagram of our methodology is shown below. First is data collection, next is featured extraction, next data set preparation, next classification using machine learning, and finally experimental result analysis. I'm going to explain in detail. Data collection part. We mainly collect the malicious Android applications from various websites like VirusShare, Zelstar, etc. and benign application from Google's Android Play and other trusted websites. These collected samples are validated and labeled using VirusTotal. VirusTotal, it is nothing but it is used to detect false positive. It is an online service that analyzes files and URLs, enabling the detection of virus, worms, and other kinds of malicious content. Next is the feature extraction. There are different permission categories. First is the permission, normal permission. These are permission which have very little risk of user privacy. Means this permission do not require users involvement. These are granted by Android system directly. Example, Bluetooth, internet. Second one is the signature permission. It is granted by the system at the install time. Example, read, voicemail, etc. Third one is the special permission. This permission does not come under the normal or any dangerous permission. System alter window and write strings are particularly sensitive. Fourth is the dangerous permission. These are the permissions which require access to users' private data. This is about the feature extraction. Coming to the dataset preparation. First, we create a dataset using multiple Android APK samples which are downloaded from both Google Play and VirusShare and other trusted sites providing malware samples. The permission used in any Android application are found in manifest.xml file of the zip.apk package. Then the script in Python extracts the manifest.xml file and compiles into CSV file. We will parse the application in the rows, and if the application uses an permission, then it will be marked as 1. If not, it will be marked as 0. So finally, the result is used as a dataset in our paper and made free from error and stored. Coming to the classification, the different machine learning algorithms used for classification. First is the logistic regression. It is an algorithm which uses the statistical concepts and models a relationship between the input and output numerical values. The model is represented by a logistic equation which combines the input values of a specific set and predicts the output for a set of that input values. Second machine learning algorithm is linear discriminant analysis. It is a very common technique for dimensionality reduction problems. It is usually used as a black box. Third is the k nearest neighbor, which can be used for both regression, and classification problems, but it mostly used in classification problem. Here, k in this algorithm is the number of neighbor which are defined by the user. And this algorithm uses the Euclidean distance, which measures the k nearest neighbor of the data point and predict the output according to its neighbor. Fourth one is the decision tree. It's the type of supervised learning algorithm in which a data structure is used to solve a problem. Next, Gaussian Naive Bayes. It is the type of classification algorithm which can be used for both binary and multi-class classification problem. Last, support vector class. It is commonly used for both regression and classification problem. Coming to the result part, the result obtained after applying machine learning algorithms on the created dataset. So finally, we obtained a confusion matrix. In this, true positive means malicious application is classified as malicious. False negative means benign applications are classified as benign. False positive means benign applications are classified as malicious. True negative means malicious applications are classified as benign. These are the formula that we use it to find a graph: accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score. On the comparison of an accuracy for machine learning algorithm, we got that logistic regression gives the best accuracy with the value of 99.34%. Similarly, when we compare an precision with machine learning algorithm, we got support vector classifier shows the best precision with the value of 99.6%. And when we compare our F1 score with machine learning algorithm, we got logistic regression shows the best F1 score with value 99.5%. Logistic regression is a classic statistical technique to estimate binary probabilities at any input levels. So finally, the logistic regression gives out the most accurate results with an accuracy measure of 99.34% and precision and F1 score of 99.40% and 99.50% respectively. Coming to the advantages, certain antivirus software can also be installed. In order to use it efficiently, we need to update it regularly. In this, signature method doesn't work for an unknown malware, but our method also helps in detecting even zero-day malware. Accuracy of logistic regression for the detection is 99.34%. The drawback is that it can also be extended by considering other features of Android application such as API calls, network activity with an advanced machine learning algorithm like deep learning. Coming to the conclusion part, first, we have implemented various supervised machine learning algorithms for the detection of malware in the Android application samples. And we classified them into two groups, namely benign and malicious. For this classification, we used a labeled dataset which can be created using permissions and extracted from the multiple Android applications from manifest file. This file accessed programmatically using a Python script. Dataset is split into training and testing data in the ratio of 80:20. On this dataset, 6 supervised machine learning algorithms are used to classify the Android application as a malicious and benign. From this result, it is concluded that logistic regression gives the best accuracy, that is 99.34 percentage, and precision value of 99.40 percentage. So we conclude that there is a great potential in the machine learning algorithm in detection of malware. Coming to the future work, here the dataset can be created by the Python script as the self-created dataset, and also it can be used in future research, and also it can be used to implement other complex algorithms. In order to get better outcomes, or same algorithms can also be implemented, but with different approach to improve the time and space complexity of the models. And also furthermore, more features parameters can also be included in order to enhance the analysis of performance measure. In our paper, we considered the permissions for the classification of Android application samples. This work can be extended by considering other features of Android applications like API calls, network activity, etc., with advanced machine learning algorithms like deep learning algorithm. References. First, detecting malicious Android apps using the popularity and relations of API. Second, a detection method for Android repackaged applications with malicious features similarity of family homology. Third, Android malicious application detection using permission vector and network traffic analysis. Fourth, mobile internet malicious application detection method based on support vector machine. Fifth, mobile internet malicious application detection method based on support vector machine. Thank you.